the majority, yes. Could they improve? Hell yeah. There's certain things that components that they use on their bikes, you look at them and you go, really? An example of that is the side stand. The side stand and the center stand. Now, considering the bike is 360 kilos, it's a very strong side stand. It's covered with a thin layer of paint, so it ends up rusting all the time. So you either continually replace it, or you continually paint in rust preventing paint on it all the time. And yet it's not just once you have to do that, you have to do it all the time, so you don't allow rust to get a foothold. Do they do anything that's absolutely amazing? Oh, hell yes. Engines, the demonic Angry Owl stare. Just for point of reference, the 2022 model has gone for bug eyes, and BMW, if you're listening, if you ever do listen, please revert back to the Angry Owl, because the bug eyes are bad. That is not good. The Angry Owl look was iconic, and do I like the new look of the K1600? It's very similar. It's not changed at all. What they've done is they've changed a few engine mods, and they've changed the headlamp. And have they spoilt it? To me, yeah, they have. They may have improved the lighting, but they could have done that by putting the LED projector lights into the Angry Owl. So instead of having 4 lights, it's got just the 2, keeping the Angry Owl look, because that is an iconic look. That's my rant, anyway. Should they have fitted ACC? Or was it AAC? AAC? Yeah, they should. They should have fitted AAC to it. They did to the 1250. They haven't done it to the 22 version of the K1600, because it would mean changing the frontal configuration. Should they have changed the frontal configuration? What they should have done is not messed with the headlamps and fitted AAC. For those that are wondering, adaptive auto cruise would be a great feature, because then you can just put cruise control on and don't worry about what's coming towards you. Don't worry about what's you're coming towards. The adaptive cruise control will slow you down and keep you going, so you don't have to keep on messing around changing speed and gears to match your situation. It would have done it for you. Now I'm going to be using a number of different cameras. They are GoPro, so there'll be 2 GoPros and then there'll be an engine cam. And then I'm also using the INOV too. The INOV, I will get around to fitting it. I keep on putting it off. But now the winter's coming, it's a winter project, so I'm going to do that. And then you'll have the INOV cameras as well. So you'll see frontal and rear views of where we're going, where we've been. and then you can tie that in with, so there's going to be a lot more multi-screen, so that's fairly good. So I'm quite looking forward to that. What else can I think about? We could discuss fuels, which is the best, the reasonings behind it, why have BMW done certain things to make the BMW less compliant, and also why do they dumb it down for the American markets? That's not BMW, by the way, that's the American state law, or international federal law. They don't want big bikes like BMW going too fast, which is not good, dude. Now, here we're seeing an idiot park on a motorcycle section, which is not good. So that's the K1600. We'll be back in a while. Right guys, welcome back. So this is what the channel is all about. That bike you see there, that is Sam. She's looking a little bit dirty at the moment. That's because she's been used. She gets a wash tomorrow. And she is used daily. The one good feature about K1600 as well is it has a timer. So it tells you how long you've been in the saddle. Now, over the period of time since I've owned her, it tells me I've spent about 6.5 hours a day riding her. And that is, that's no mean feat. To spend that amount of time on a bike, she has to be comfortable. Sorry about this faffing around. Unfortunately, I forgot to put the microphone cable inside the jacket, so I didn't want it flapping around everywhere. Right, so let's get off. Ingolstadt looks old, but it's not. It was bombed heavily during the war, but it's been restored in a really sympathetic way. There were a couple of buildings that survived. One of those is right in front. It's an impressive building as well. A lot of the buildings around in Ingolstadt that did survive, they are impressive. They're really good. The history lesson for Bavaria is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the everyday usability of a BMW K1600 and why I consider it to be the best bike there is. Now, I'm talking about from my perspective and for me, not for everybody. I wouldn't recommend the K1600 for everybody. If anybody asks, I say it's only for the chosen few, the elite. I'm teasing, but Not everybody can handle a 1600. Not everybody can get on with a 1600. Also, to be in fairness, you can apply that to any bike. Not everybody can handle every type of bike. Not everybody wants to. Not everybody feels comfortable on them. If you look at one of my vids, you'll see I test rode my Harley, and whilst I loved the look, the engineering and everything that was associated with it, I could not get on with it. So that proves my point. Not every type of bike or every style of bike is suited to everybody's style of riding or even their physique. And a lot of it's all about becoming adaptive in the way that you ride, you do things, you change things. Because believe it or not, a K1600 is an acquired taste. Because people really don't know how to handle the K1600. And when it does pull, and when it does go, it can scare people. I had a friend who had a 1600 and ended up having to get rid of it because it scared him. But it wasn't the bike that scared him. It was his own riding ability, or I should say his lack of riding ability. He couldn't cope with such a big bike and wanted to do all the sports bike type things. Now he's gone back to an R6 and he's as happy as Larry. It's smaller, lighter, and does everything that he wants it to. So it really is about choosing the right bike for you. Because not always is the right bike the one you think it is. I wish it could be. I wish we could turn around and go, do you know what? One of Sam's fans. When we look at the BMW K1600, not everybody has the need to do massive distance touring. Now, I do a lot of touring. I mean, 6.5 hours a day. If you see my videos, you'll see I don't hang around. So I'm always 100 plus miles an hour. So I'm doing on average 600 to 700 miles a day. That is some mileage, and that is some distance to travel. But it's also some fun to have, and I have fun all the time. With Sam, we've been to Czech Republic, Holland, Germany, France, Austria, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, Croatia. The trip to Dubrovnik was good. Now these are trips that I wish to God I'd got the GoPro and I'd got this audio set up. But at the time I didn't think about doing a vlog. What I did do was listen to a lot of music. So I enjoyed that. Integrated radio, iPod on the 1600, Bluetooth in my helmet, and then it was just fun. It was only then listening to people going, he's got more money than sense, he's wasting his money. The K1600 is too expensive, it's too this, it's too that. And if you feel like going, You have no idea what you're talking about. I ran a Ducati and I ran a Ninja, and they cost me more money than Sam did. Okay, they were cheaper bikes to buy. Ducati wasn't, but the Ninja was a cheaper bike to buy, but it cost me more money in the long run. Was it